Hello, how's it going? We're back on TF2. I was gonna make a TF2 video a few days ago, but I scrapped the entire video because I just didn't like it. I hated what I was talking about and whatnot. But today, I have a subject, and it started with a title. That's usually how some of my videos start. I just think of a topic and I go off of it. And the topic that's been on my mind, which kind of related to the scrapped video that I was going to make, and I have it on a post-it note, says TF2 ended a long time ago, and that should be the title of the video, or very similar to that, to an extent. And there's going to be a lot of points in this video where the game is not dead. People say the game is dead, and I get that. And in a general stance, yes, the game is in air quotations dead, but it depends on what you mean by dead. Because to me, a dead game means there's barely a player base or no player base, and that's just not the case with TF2. TF2 has an amazing community. You know, it's one of those games that has a strong community behind it. What do I mean? All right, what do I mean by TF2 has ended a long time ago? Well, recently there's been that the leak. There was a Valve leak that went on. I didn't really look into it, but I heard about it, and it basically leaked all of the unfinished or all of the assets that weren't in TF2 or are in TF2 but weren't in the game itself, that they're not usable. And it basically, from what other people were saying, it basically proved that Valve wasn't really working on TF2. I didn't need proof. I think we all genuinely knew that Valve, in air quotations, wasn't working on the game. And I say in air quotations because they've never stopped working on the game, to be honest. I don't even know. What do I even play? They never really stopped working on the game. I mean, just look at the medals. All right, I'll show some on screen. They're constantly releasing competitive medals for the game. They're not, not working on the game. And say that medals are made by a community member or whatever, they're still added into the game. The game still gets bug fixes. I mean, I get it. The save TF2 thing was a flop. I'm going to be completely honest. The save TF2, what did we get out of that? Nothing. We got nothing out of it. It didn't really do anything, to be completely honest. But, unless you think it did, personally, I think it didn't do anything for the game. Yeah, it brought the game to people's attention, but it didn't do much. It's like, okay, you brought the game to a lot of people's attention, but yeah. So to me, TF2 ended honestly before the Pyro update came out, because the time span between the update that came before the Pyro update, major update, and until the Pyro update is such a long period of time that a lot of people were like, holy shit, like, are they done working on the game? Like, what's going on? That's what, I feel like this, a lot of people were like, holy shit, like, and they finally released their update, and it was the Pyro update. And, to me, it was, that was the, and again, I know people are going to be like, well, they haven't publicly stated that it's the end, and it's like, no, but why the fuck would you do that? I mean, it's really not, hard to look at it like that. And I mean, maybe if you just aren't thinking about it at all, I can understand, but like any mindset, anybody I genuinely think can look at it and go, why would you not want to say your game is done? We're done working on our game. Because it's going to stop people from playing it. People aren't going to want to play it. It's going to drive away possibly new players, which I think, TF2, it's not going to, is it going to stop new players from playing? No, people see the game, and if they really want to play it, they're going to play it, and they're going to hear, oh, there's still a community to it, still ongoing. It's not going to stop people from wanting to get on, but I feel like a lot of people, it can possibly, people might look at that and go, oh, try the game, there's going to be no updates, what's the point, to an extent. And, that's understandable, and it's not like they're done working on the game. They're still releasing, the occasional bug fix or hot fix and patch here and there. And they've been, to an extent, trying to fix the bot problem. I don't know. I said it before. TF2 is not actually dead. Whatever. I don't know. I feel like the games they've just been done working on the game, like for a while. Like of course, you know, the game has been out for however many years at this point. The Pyro update. To be honest, like it's lucky that I feel like it's almost lucky that we got that to an extent. When did that come out? 2017? I think it was 2017, not 2016. Yeah, I don't know. The Pyro update I felt like was their goodbye update. All right, so really quickly, I cut out like 20 to 30 minutes of just content of me just straight up talking. And this next point ends or starts a little bit after I talk about this point that I'm going to get into. And I basically talked about how TF2 could benefit from a battle pass. It's a free-to-play game, and I think a benefit would bring a lot to the table and just, you know, help the game with content. Because I basically was talking about how there's no incentive to play TF2, especially if you're playing casual. Competitive, you know, you have the competitive rank, whatnot, but in casual, all you really have is your rank, and your rank means nothing. It literally is meaningless. It doesn't do anything. You don't get anything from it. So I was just talking about how TF2 would be one of the few games to benefit from Battle Pass, and I was talking about how Call of Duty, that's the wrong way to do a Battle Pass, and Fortnite's the right way to do a Battle Pass, and I think TF2 would benefit from it, so that's where we're heading off into. Again, yeah, I would love for this game to have a Battle Pass. It would actually give me a reason to play. So, Valve, I know you're not watching my videos because why the fuck would anybody want to watch my videos? Battle Pass. So, somebody start a hashtag on Twitter or something. I don't use Twitter at all, so anybody that does, do. TF2 could use it. You know, make the items tradable too, because then it's like, okay, just make it a paid Battle Pass. Like, that's the thing. That's, like I said before with the Stream Fortress, is that the fact that the items aren't tradable, and I get that. It's a free update. It would hurt the market and whatnot. But I would rather pay for something and then have it tradable. You know, I wouldn't mind spending $10, even $20 on a battle pass. Like I feel like a lot of the community members would enjoy a battle pass in TF2. And anybody that says no, I genuinely would want to know your reason to why you wouldn't want a battle pass in the game. I mean, TF2 isn't getting updates. They don't care about updating the game. They're done working on it. You're not getting another major update. I think a battle pass would be that constant stream of content, you know, it would be the closest thing to a content update that we would get. You know, it'd be something to look forward to. Oh, what's in the new battle pass? And I think making the items tradable would also just, you know, make people want to get it more. It's like, oh, you can get, you know, throw a couple of the keyless crates in there or whatnot, and this and that. I guess I'm looking forward to the new Valve game. I don't know what it's called. There's a code name for it already. It's like going to be a multiplayer game or something. Tyler McVicker was talking about it or whatever, but there's just nothing to do in the game. It's just the same exact gameplay loop over and over. And again, like I said, the only thing that keeps me playing the game at this point is trading. You know, every single time I've come back to the game, it's because I ended up trading away my items and I ended up getting new items. You know, I'll stop playing the game for 4 to 5 months and then I'll go, oh, let me trade this item. It's like, oh, I finally traded this item and I got these new items. Okay, well, that makes me want to play the game because I got new items. But other than that, you know, if I'm not trading, the only incentive to play the game is the gameplay itself. I've already experienced everything the game has to offer. I experienced everything the game has to offer in my first 500 hours. What keeps you guys playing the game? I guess community servers and community game modes and like custom game modes. Man vs. Machine, I definitely keep that in the back of my mind. That gets me playing the game, but again, Man vs. Machine, you have to spend money on it. And I get it, you could just play the community Man vs. Machine. That shit sucks though. Like, who the fuck wants to play that? Genuinely. Anybody with more than like 10 hours on the game, I think most people don't want to do that unless you're practicing or just goofing off with friends, but still at that point, I would rather just buy a ticket. And it's not because of the gambling factor at the end of it, where it's like, oh, I have a chance in Australian. That's definitely, don't get me wrong, that's a factor in it. But I still enjoy the gameplay factor of it, of Man vs. Machine. It's just that the MVM ticket makes it that much better because you have a chance at getting cool items and whatnot. Whereas in a community server or whatever, it's just the basic gameplay loop without any any reward. You know, there's not really a reason behind it. It's like if you're really itching to just have that gameplay kind of thing, that's fun, but there's so many other wave shooter games that I would rather play than Man vs. Machine, I guess. Unless I'm buying an MVM ticket. I don't know. We're going to stop here, I guess. Do I want to finish off on anything? I forgot what I was even talking about. I don't even think I finished my point from the beginning of the video, and I don't care. I don't know. The title says it all. TF2 ended a long time ago. The Pyro update was the last update, and I feel like once an entire year passed without hearing anything about anything new possibly being added to the game, no sneak peeks or, oh, like, little Easter egg, this or that, it shouldn't surprise anybody that there's not going to be another update to the game. I would love it if there was. I would love to see even like a mini heavy update. I think that would be a great way to kind of end off on the game, but whatever, you know. They're going to release 2 cases a year for the next, you know, literally until not a single person is playing the game anymore. That's it. I don't know. There's nothing really else to say. TF2 is just kind of boring. I don't know. There's not really much to do. Like I said, competitive will keep you playing the game. Too bad. Sadly, the in-game competitive kind of sucks ass, I think, from what... I literally haven't even played the competitive since 2019. That's how bad it is. But the only thing that keeps me playing the game is like community servers and MVM. Really, that's it. And trading. But, you know, if you're not trading or you don't have money to spend on cases to get new items, it's like, what is the point half the time, you know? Then it's boring. And I'm not, I don't want, even if I was rich, I don't want to constantly keep opening cases, you know? Even if I get everything, it's like, what do I do at that point, you know? I don't know. Just gets boring, I guess. Just comes in waves. And hopefully the next wave will be soon, because fucking this wave has ended.